Okay, here's our 11th problem of the drawings project. And it's going to be the same chart again. People do have issues with this chart. It's probably the most difficult one to read. But let's go ahead and just do it. So we have determined the fuel consumption with engines operating at cruise. So at cruise, we're going to be using these red curves, right? Not the green curves. If it said at full throttle, we would instead use the green curves. Okay, at cruise of 2200 RPM. So in this case, we're going to go to our RPM, which is on the lower axis. We're going to go until we intersect this red curve here. We're going to get that number in a second. We're also going to take it up until we intersect with our second red curve. So let's go ahead and get our specific fuel consumption. So we're going to go across here, and we're just going to have to make a choice here of what we believe the specific fuel consumption is. In this case, I'm going to say 0.46, so we'd have 0.46. Again, as I go here, the first unit I run into as I'm reading across here, pounds, goes on the top of the fraction. So it'd be pounds over brake horsepower times hours. So that being said, we want our answer to be in pounds per hour. So what we're trying to figure out is how many pounds of fuel we're burning per hour. So in this case, I will want to keep hours in pounds. The only thing I'm going to need to get rid of is the brake horsepower. So in this problem, the only thing I need to multiply by is brake horsepower. All right, so that being said, I'm going to come over here and get our brake horsepower. So again, we have to kind of make a decision, and that's why this chart is more difficult to read than the other charts that we've done. So I'd say in between here, there's 5. I'm going to say 96 brake horsepower, so 96 brake horsepower. Therefore, these two are now canceled. I'm left with the units that I want in my final answer, would be pounds per hour. So all I have to do is multiply these two numbers together. And I'd get 44.16 pounds. So we would be using per hour, every hour of flight that we are flying, we're going to use 44 pounds of fuel essentially, right? If I wanted to, I could find out how many gallons that was. So we also know that we have 40, this is of avgas. So aviation gasoline. And we should hopefully know that 1 gallon of aviation gasoline equals 6 pounds. So that being said, our pounds would cancel, we'd be left with gallons. So we just divide that by 6. And it would be 7.36 gallons of fuel every hour that we're flying.